Hello, everybody. How are you today? In this video, I want to talk to you about the fundamental differences between four verbs in the English language. These verbs are what I call conversational verbs, and here they are. Yes, we're going to talk about the differences between the verbs talk, speak, say, and tell. A lot of people make a lot of mistakes using these verbs, especially people from Brazil. So I'm going to try to teach you how this goes. Well, let's get started with the verbs talk and speak, okay? The verbs talk and speak can be used kind of, in association with each other. And basically, what we use these verbs when we want to say falar com alguém. Every time you want to use this kind of a structure in Portuguese, falar com alguém, you're going to use the verb talk or the verb speak, associated with the prepositions to or with. Now, it doesn't really matter if you use the preposition with or if you use the preposition to. If you're using them in association with the verb talk or speak, it's going to be when you translate falar com alguém. So, for example, if I say, I need to speak with you, eu preciso falar com você. And if I say, I need to talk to you, eu preciso falar com você também. That's how you translate these two verbs. Now, it's very important that you understand this, so I will emphasize this a lot. Speak to or speak with, talk to or talk with is the equivalent of falar com alguém. Se na tua frase você quiser usar essas expressões ou essa forma, falar com, speak to or speak with, talk to or talk with, okay? Now, the verb say is a little different. Normally in English, we use the verb say when we are going to quote someone, when we are going to quote what somebody said. So, for example, se eu quiser citar o que alguém disse, mas essa pessoa não disse necessariamente para mim, eu estou simplesmente parafraseando o que essa pessoa disse, eu estou simplesmente repetindo o que ela disse, then normally we use the verb say. So, for example, my mother said, Marcelo, don't open the door. So look at this. My mother said, quote, don't open the door, unquote. You see what I'm doing here? I am replicating or paraphrasing what she said. So you're going to use the verb say every time you want to paraphrase someone or say the exact words that somebody has said. So yesterday, my boss said, we need to generate more sales. We need to generate more sales. That's what he said, right? That's when you use the verb say, when you are paraphrasing or quoting what someone has said. And lastly, we have the verb tell. Now, the verb tell is an important verb because we would usually use the verb tell if we want to say falar, contar ou dizer para alguém. And this is the most important part of this explanation of this class. Every time you want to say falar para, dizer para ou contar para, nós usamos o verbo tell, ok? Então esse para ou pra, como a gente às vezes fala em português, falar para ele, falar para ela, falar para mim, esse pra é como se ele tivesse já embutido dentro do tell. So when you use the verb tell, that's the meaning, that's the idea that you want to convey. So for example, my boss told me that I need to change, or my wife told me that I need to go to the supermarket. You see what I'm doing? She told me. Ela falou, ela disse, ou ela contou para mim. Now you might be wondering, okay, Marcelo, where is the para Onde é que está o para nessa frase? O para faz parte do tell, ele está dentro do tell. So you don't need to duplicate, you don't need to say tell to or tell for. That's wrong. When you use the verb tell, you do not have to use a preposition after that because it's already part of the verb. So, I told you yesterday. Eu falei para você ontem. I told my boss about the problem. Eu falei para o meu chefe sobre o problema. No to, no for, nothing like that. Okay? This is the most important thing about this class. You have to understand this difference between the verbs. Okay? So let's recap. Talk and speak, we use the prepositions to and the prepositions with, and it's what the equivalent to Portuguese falar com alguém. Sempre que você quiser usar a frase estrutura, falar com, talk to or talk with, speak to or speak with. Every time you want to use the verb say, you're going to quote or paraphrase what somebody said. Então, é sempre assim. Ele disse, ela disse, minha mãe disse, meu pai disse. Okay? That's how it goes. And every time you want to use the verb tell, you need to tell somebody. So you need to have a person to tell to. So I told you, I told my brother, I told my sister, which is the equivalent of falar, dizer ou contar para ou para alguém. Okay? That's very important. And just one last note, it is if you're talking about languages, then you always use a speak, okay? So I speak English, I speak Italian, I speak Spanish. You never say I talk Spanish or I talk English, never. You always say speak for languages. This is the final note. Okay. I hope you like this class. This is a very simple class, but I'm sure it's going to help you develop your English skills. So practice, create different examples using these different verbs. And if you have questions, you can always send me a message. If you're interested in having classes with me, let me know. Maybe, we can work something out. I specialize in fluency. Thank you very much. Have a very good day. Bye.